Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me at this time. My name is Shavi Zane, and I'm coming on to bring a message for the chosen. If you find this resonates with you in any way, please be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let us know how it resonates with your circumstance. If you want to get a personal reading done by me, you can check the description box for the link to book your own personal session. I have 15-minute, 30-minute, or 1-hour sessions available. The 30-minute sessions have a special running right now, so make sure you take advantage of that. If you want to get any of my products, you can check my website, the link for my website. There are two separate links. So I have the Malcolm X Ancestors Money, Dr. Martin Luther King, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, and Madam C.J. Walker Ancestors Money. Very powerful tools to add to your spiritual toolkit to help to open up the doorway of your wealth, as well as send currency over to your ancestors. I also have 6 different decks. I have my book full of channeled messages called Guided Light, okay, as well as miniature altars that you can choose from, and I'll be adding more things as time goes on, so be sure to check me out if you want to really enhance your spiritual toolkit, y'all. Let's jump right in. So we're going to start off with the Declare and Decree deck, of course. See what energy you need to clear, okay, to better align yourself. So whatever comes out, you're going to write it down on paper and burn it. Give thanks to the Most High and your spiritual team for helping you to clear the blockage. So let's see. I appreciate all of you who joined us yesterday live. It is not too late, y'all. We are still in the 8/8 portal energy, very much so. So go back and check out my live that I did yesterday. And you can definitely do the ritual, very powerful ritual that we did. When I tell y'all the amount of downloads that I received last night, I couldn't even sleep. My spiritual team woke me up out of my sleep and was giving me like bam, bam, back-to-back downloads. I'm talking about, yeah, it was like that. So if y'all experienced anything similar, definitely leave a comment in the comment section and let me know if your downloads have been extremely heightened. So let's just see. Gosh, you know what? I guess I'll let it fly. That's way too many. Okay. Let me see. All right. All external blockages created by myself or others are now cleared in spirit and in flesh. You can screenshot that, write it down, and burn it. All external blockages created by myself or others are now cleared from my energy in spirit and in flesh. So external blockages. So this could mean that there are some things that just don't seem to be moving in your external experience, okay? So you're going to do the spiritual work to clear out those external blockages, because obviously if it's an external blockage, then more than likely there's a spiritual blockage as well. So you're clearing it out in the spiritual realm in order to open up the pathway in the physical. So let's jump right in and see what the message is about today. I'm going to start off with my IC Tarot deck. If you like this deck, of course, you can order it off of my website, okay? Also, don't forget I have 2 other channels. One for love reading, Shavi Zane, the spiritual counselor, as well as a channel where I do readings on mysterious deaths and cases where, you know, it's not going to always be death, but most cases will be concerning mysterious death. And that's on my other channel, Shavi Zane Behind the Veil. Shavi Zane Behind the Veil. So check those channels out. I appreciate y'all. So let's see. The Knight of Wands. Okay. I'm going to take it in the upright because I set my intentions that I wanted these cards in the upright. The Knight of Wands. We'll take a few and see where this is going. The Fool. The 8 of Swords. The 3 of Pentacles. Okay. Let me get one more. I just feel like I need one more. Temperance. All right. So you are moving at a pretty fast pace here, chosen. I see you being like fully fueled and ready to take the leap of faith. But at the same time, I also see that there are some people that want to come after you because they feel stuck. They don't want you to take the leap of faith towards that new beginning because they are so afraid that they can't go with you. Considering these beings might be very codependent, okay, you are definitely moving on blind faith. You're taking a leap of faith. You don't need any crutch, any tool. You're literally going with your connection to the Most High Mother and Father and your spiritual team, and you're trusting the process here. You are on the verge of taking a leap of faith towards a brand new beginning. And it may be very much so unknown. Like, you may not know what's on the other side of that thing, but you do know that you are ready to do something different. You are feeling courageous and bold enough to do what others are afraid to do. Now, the thing is, they're trying to catch you before you jump. Whatever that means for you. We'll clarify the fool. Someone is trying to catch you because they know this person is fully armed up, okay? They are anticipating that if they try to come behind you, they're not going to land too softly, right? Things are not going to work out for them. Things are working out for you because you've lightened your energy. It's light as a feather. You're on a totally different wave now. Matter of fact, you're in a totally different dimension, fifth dimensional energy. And this is why you're able to take the leap of faith without fear, because you recognize that you're on the right frequency to land softly and exactly where you should be. There's no fear of failure here. This person right here is armed up. I feel like they want to come in and try to distract you and deter you from jumping. This person has been in their head a lot, okay? Feeling stuck. I see anxiety. I see fear, overthinking. Like, when I tell you they feel like they are damned to this existence of no forward movement here. It's like they need your energy. They're afraid to do this without you. You will be working and collaborating with new people, though. That's the thing. But also consider you're an earth angel here. So you have a lot of people that they don't understand how you're doing it. They don't understand what is shifting your life in such a way where you're so confident, you're so courageous, you're so bold. Things are moving forward for you. You're so balanced, you're healed. Like, there's this etheric, otherworldly type of energy that you're projecting that they cannot understand because they're so fixed on the 3D realm, right? And tangible evidence. But with you, something is different. They see these wings. You know what? What I'm picking up is that people are now starting to look at you and see your angelic essence in a way where it might even be scaring them, because now when they took you for granted and was very flighty in and out of your life or playing with you, your vibrations were still kind of low because you was allowing this person to do that. Unknowingly allowing them to do it in your sleep state. And so they didn't see the angelic essence because you had yet to fully embody it. You were still morphing out of the 3D avatar projection and transforming into this higher vibrational being. And so now when people look at you, when they look into your eyes, some of them can't even look in your eyes, I heard. If you find that you're around certain people, especially people from your past, and they have a hard time looking you in your eyes, it's a reason for that, okay? They see something that they can't describe, but it is very intimidating for them. It's almost like now that they identify you as this earth angel, they may not say that. Like, their conscious mind may not even address you as an earth angel. But their spirit and those beings that still have souls identify you, and they know that there's something about you that they have never seen in anyone else. You have shocked a lot of people with this true version of yourself that has manifested as a result of your healing. So now a lot of people want to be around you. A lot of people want to work with you. They see you now. Let's clarify the Fool. The Fool is clarified by the Fool. Now, mind you, when you get this deck, it's only one of each image, okay? But, of course, I mix my decks because I love my decks, okay? The Fool is clarified by the Fool. You are literally moving, and I'm talking about making power plays, power moves, like you fear nothing. You fear nothing. That's why your angelic essence is expressing itself in such a loud, clear projection. Because fear used to be the issue for you. You know you have wings, right? Obviously, I'm talking to the people who are spiritually and physically sane. Okay? You know you have wings. So when you take the leap of faith, you know you're going to land softly. You've been doing that in many areas of your life, though. This is really intimidating, but it's captivating at the same time. People now want to see where you're going. It's almost like, if you can imagine, I guess the best thing I can say is like a fairy, right? Just imagine a little melanated fairy. And you spot it and it's like, oh my gosh, it's a little fairy with wings. Like, you're going to want to follow it. It's not one of those things where you just let it fly by and you be like, oh, I ain't about to go over there and see where the hell that thing is going. No, it's so angelic, right? It's one of those frequencies where it's not something that you would run from. It's actually something you would run towards. Not only would you run towards it, but you want to see, where is the fairy headed? Where are you going? Come back. I got questions. Like, can you give me any spiritual wisdom? Like, what you want to experience? You want to stay in the frequency of that fairy. This is how people are seeing you now. Where you going, chosen? Come back. Wait, don't leave. And this is their inner self. Okay, not their ego, but beneath the surface of that, they're like, please don't disappear on me. Because they know that you have a divine connection that could actually advance their life. Advance them mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. A natural healer. They're afraid of what that means because, let me see. I want to get one more for the Fool, being that we was given the Fool to clarify the Fool. Let me get one more for the Fool. And then I want to see, what has this person so caught up in their head space here? Because there's a lot of fear of you getting away from them now. It's like treating someone terribly and discovering that they're an earth angel is, it would create guilt of the worst kind, right? I mean, disappointment with self, right? I can see all of that. Let me clarify the Fool again. Damn, the Eight of Swords again? What is going on, y'all? Somebody is terrified of you leaving them. Earth angel, where are you going? Off into the fifth dimension. Off into the fifth dimension. This person is terrified. This is the Eight of Swords, okay? The Eight of Swords is here twice. 8-8. They know, like, on a spiritual and soul level, these people, these karmics, they know that this 8-8 portal is the shift. Consciously, they're not aware of it. Subconsciously, on a deeper level, they know. Their soul, they feel it. They're afraid. So now, okay, Let me clarify this Eight of Swords. I mean, when I tell you they are terrified, they are so afraid of being left behind and carrying the load alone. How could you drop the ball with an earth angel? This is what they're thinking about. How did I do that? Why did I do that? What was I thinking? Why didn't I see this before? How did this person morph in front of me? Like, where did this person come from? That's how they're looking at you. Justice. Because they know that you have divine access to call judgment in the spiritual courts. They're terrified because now things are balancing out in your favor. This is like someone going to spiritual jail, is what it's giving. You took the evidence to spiritual court, and now I feel like they've been given a life sentence. They have been given a life sentence. So even though this person wants to come after you, they can't. Because at the end of this ledge, you jump automatically into 5D frequency. Their vibration cannot handle it. So they would have to pump the brakes. They can't come after you because they're not welcome. It's literally bars. They're barred from there. They're barred from the 5D realm. So they are stuck in 3D energy here. And they will be left behind to deal with the chaos, the destruction, the fire. They got to now face the heat alone. They have on all of this armor. Now they have to learn to protect themselves. You are no longer their shield. As you can see, you don't have armor on here. Okay? Your armor is your faith. Your armor is your knowing. Your armor is your direct connection to the Most High Mother and Father, the universal elemental cosmic spirits of love and righteous war, your angels, your ancestors. Your protection is the unseen protection that allows you to take leaps of faith into the unknown, because you understand that this is far greater than just a simple, I'm not going to say a simple human experience, but it has somewhat been broken down to something just that simple. It's the lowest, let's just put it this way. We're multidimensional beings, spirits having a human experience. And now that you understand the human experience from such a high perspective, like you went way up there and looked at it from this high vantage point as you raised your vibrations. And now it is just a speck. It's the least important aspect of your existence right now. You recognize that you came here in this physical avatar to do something for the 3D realm, but to also evolve into this higher vibrational being, this higher vibrational manifestation of self, to align with this 5D frequency that's always been available to you, but you were stuck. This was a karmic energy that kept you stuck for a long time. It wasn't just this lifetime, y'all. This was generations of the same frequency that kept you trapped in the 3D matrix. And when I say the 3D matrix, I'm not saying that everything about the earthly realm is bad, because I don't believe that. I know a lot of people say this right here is considered hell, this right here. But I personally have found my own little piece of heaven in my own corner of this earthly realm. You see what I'm saying? But it depends on the frequency that you vibrate on. Because one thing that I recognize now that I have healed, and now that I've gained my wings, I recognize that everything else that I experienced was just a part of the illusion, the fear that kept my vibration so low that it paralyzed me and made me believe that everything in this human experience was going to always be a survival mode type of frequency. But that was a false belief. But now these beings are stuck in that cycle. Let's see why. Because this was all about justice, okay? There was obviously a judgment that had to be made. Anytime justice comes through, a judgment must be made, because this person would not be imprisoned here if a judgment was not made based on your direct testimony. So I want to see first, what was your testimony against this person? And then what was the judgment that placed them here? So let's see first. What was your testimony? Because you testified against this person or these beings. It could be multiple people. You testified against them spiritually. And it definitely looks like they have been sentenced to a lifetime, maybe even 2 life sentences of imprisonment. Justice, let's clarify. What did you testify? 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups. I want to get another one. So now we have 888 here. What did you testify? Because 8 of Cups is walking away. What did you testify? 2 of Swords. Let me get another one. The Ace of Cups. The Devil is in a reverse at the bottom of the deck. Look at that. 10 of Wands right behind that. You testified that this person, not only did they leave you to carry the load of life, this person also created tons of destruction in your life, despite your efforts to carry it all. Like you bared the weight of the world while this person watched you. Not only did they just watch you bear the weight of the world, but they walked away from you and left you to figure it out. Walked away with a smile too. Oh, that's on them, right? That's how they felt about you. They used you up and walked away with what they held valuable, and left you to carry the weight of the world. Left you in the destruction. Didn't even try to come in and help to put out the fire. Didn't even try to come in and say, well, let me help you to carry that load. Let me take something off your hands here. No, they didn't do any of that. It's almost like they left you in destruction, and they anticipated that you would not be able to come back from this. And they did it without you being able to see the truth. I feel like they presented a lot of falsehoods. They lied to you a lot. Had you very blind to their intentions, the gaslighting. Even when the truth was presented to them, they denied it. They rejected it. They tried to make you think you was crazy. They came in and made it like they binded themselves to you for a time. This is what had you completely warped in your perception. Everything was clouded because of all of the destructive energy that was around you, that was brought in by this person, who seemed to have walked away completely unscathed and not given a damn about how it would leave you affected. They didn't care. They smiled as they walked away. You testified. Your eyes became open and you realized, hold on, something's not balanced here. You took the blindfolds off. Like they say, you took off the rose-colored glasses and you started to realize this is not right. You dropped this though. You released all of this because you wouldn't be able to operate like this and take the leap of faith if you were still carrying these burdens that this person left on your shoulders here. I feel like you stopped looking at life from this 3D perspective, and it changed you drastically. Not only did it change you drastically, but damn, this person's energy weighed you down so much that you didn't even look like yourself. Like you were so stressed, You were so burdened, overwhelmed, exhausted. If you would have stayed in this energy, it would have made you physically ill if it did not make you physically ill, mentally ill, emotionally ill. This person left you out to dry, okay? But you changed tremendously. Complete metamorphosis you went through once you released this person and the burdens that they left for you to carry as they walked away with not a care in their heart, leaving behind very low vibrational energies for you to have to sort through, having to figure out how to unbind yourself from this person's energy, because even in their absence, once they walked away, you still felt trapped. You still felt burdened. You still carried these loads until you came into the realization that you had to heal. You started to balance yourself out, and that's when the wings started to sprout, and you said, oh no, I see what this is. You took the leap of faith. You took this before the spiritual courts. So then the Eight of Swords, let's see, what was the judgment against them? The judgment. Whew. This is their judgment. Is that they now have to be completely denied access to a star seed. All of this yellow that keeps coming out concerning, because remember, the Eight of Swords was clarifying the Fool. This is their judgment. You are shining so bright that they cannot unsee it. Out of all of the colors, I'd have to say that yellow is the brightest color. Your solar plexus is so aligned now. You are so bold. You are so powerful. You are so confident, courageous. Their punishment is that they have to watch you in this frequency. And you are now aligned with your highest self. That star represents your North Star, your North Node. And yet again, the star is the number 17, which breaks down to the 8. So 888 is the synchronistic number in this message today. We have it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. 888. So this person's judgment is that they have to watch you shine. They couldn't stop you anymore. They couldn't keep you bound to them anymore. Not another lifetime. That's done. Their punishment is an accumulation of lifetime after lifetime after lifetime of constantly trying to sabotage you and to one-up you. I strongly sense that this person's intentions was to walk away with, it's almost like they potentially wanted to swap destinies with you. I want to see, why is this person so happy walking away? Why are they so happy? Because they left you to carry the load alone. What were they so excited about? Because they must have anticipated something, but they ended up having a rude awakening here. The Hangman. Oh, they was happy because they thought you was stuck. The Hangman is the sacrifice. They thought you would forever be stuck right there in that passive, docile position. Look at this. The Nine of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. They was happy just at the mere idea that you would be left in this energy of stress and anxiety and wondering, why did they leave you to carry this burden alone? Why would they do this to me? Why would they, come in and feed me all of these fairy tales and lies just to turn around and walk away like I meant nothing? This is what they did to you, Chosen. And this is what actually allowed them to have a smile on their face as they walked away, because they literally thought that you would always be there, pining for their energy, wondering, why me? Woe is me, while they sell off into the sunset, living the life that you was destined to live. But now the tables have turned. I want to let's see, what was the catalyst for you? What was the catalyst for you to, I'm sure this entire experience was a strong part of the catalyst, but what was that one thing? So I have the Four of Pentacles and the Moon. So your catalyst was you started to hold back and to value your possessions. I feel like you also started to dive deeper to see like the things that was the most valuable in your life was not necessarily those things that were tangible, but those things that were untangible or intangible, right? It was something behind the veil, something less obvious with the Moon card here. Let me clarify the Moon. But I feel like you also began to hold back from this person, no longer giving of your emotions, but guarding and protecting your energy at all costs here. What's the Moon? The Ten of Pentacles. The Five of Swords. I feel like you started to come to a realization that this was really a war over your inheritance. The Moon highlighted what was hidden. You started to realize this was a war over your inheritance, and this is not just a physical inheritance, but you also recognize that, yes, that will be a part of your fate, is that you would then live a life of luxury with lots of wealth, potentially even generational wealth with this Ten of Pentacles. You begin to realize that this was a war over something greater. This person could see your potential. They could see your value, but they didn't want you to see it. They wanted you to remain blind to your own value, because it would be all about a war to see who could get to the inheritance first. Let's see. The Death card is here. What the catalyst that awakened you is that you literally put this situation to rest, but you also went through a major metamorphosis here. You died to the old version of yourself. Look at that. And came out as the emperor. Okay? Came out on top as the boss. You took authority over your life here. Royalty. You started to see yourself. Like after that transformation, you looked in the mirror and was like, what? And I allowed these fools to do what? The royal lineage that you come from? What? Who? This is you. In the 3D, this is your projection. Your spiritual nature, this is you. An earth angel has no business being in poverty. You got access to so many different ways of attracting your currency. You begin to recognize that you truly are royalty. Make no mistake about it. You started to see like, hold on, let me hold back. Let me stop over giving of myself because I am highly valuable. This person just didn't want you to see it. They tried to fight you tooth and nail so that you would never recognize that about yourself. There was multiple people here though. Multiple people here that encouraged this one pawn in their foolery. Multiple enemies for sure. Seven of Swords, because the ultimate objective would be to get to whatever was in that bag. Your true inheritance. This is something that it's your possession. It's yours, right? It's a lot of red here. So this person was definitely targeting your root chakra. But this is rooted, it's engraved within you from the time of conception. So a lot of this inheritance that they was after is mostly the internal essence of you, hoping that you would never come into the realization of how powerful you are. But their 3D avatar was after your physical wealth, wanting to take from you, to see what they could get from you, and to get as much as possible, and then to walk away leaving you burdened to do it all alone. Like I said, in a lot of cases, they really did want to swap destinies, hoping that they could sell off into the sunset with your wealth, your happiness, your peace, and literally leave you broken. All right. So let me look at their fate, because the Eight of Swords is imprisonment. We're looking at a double life sentence here. Double life sentence. And they're having to watch you shine and literally receive everything that they hoped you would never get. What is their fate? Look at that. I'm cutting the deck at the Nine of Swords. Exactly what they hoped it would be for you. Exactly what they hoped it would be for you. What is their fate? The Eight of Pentacles is here. The Eight of Wands is here. The King of Cups is in the reverse. The Queen of Cups is in the upright. The Hangman. Exactly what they was hoping for you. They're stuck. And see, these two cards coming out together, Eight of Pentacles plus the Eight of Wands. Here we go with the number 8 yet again, right? 8-8 portal energy. They don't get to pass through. Their fate is to work, and never see progression or forward movement. Never see it. It's like they will be working in vain. Work without reward. But this is their fate, to stay on this cycle. Everything for them keeps coming out as the number 8 in terms of their judgment. So it's not the number 8 in a way where wealth, they're attracting wealth. No, because remember, they had the Eight of Swords twice. All right, I already shuffled the cards and put those back, but they had the Eight of Swords come out twice. Now they have the Eight of Wands in the reverse and the Eight of Pentacles. This is a strong indicator that because this person was so overly fixated on wealth and willing to step on you in order to get to it, regardless of what that meant, they did not care. Now this person is damned to a life of work, and never seeing progression. They will forever be stuck. So pretty much living off of the bare minimum, never being able to press forward to the next level. That's their fate. That's their fate. And this will leave many of them emotionally, physically drained. It's going to drain the life out of them, especially because they don't have your loving energy to pour back into their little empty cup. Because you're now pouring into your own damn cup. They will not have any replenishment. They will not have any nourishment. There will be no one there to fill their cups back up. You was that person to them. You were that person. And they completely took advantage of you. Dragged you through it. So I strongly sense that this 8-8 portal was the beginning of the sentence unfolding, where not only are they now trapped in their mind, where they realize that they really messed up, like they have to also deal with the mental entrapment of constantly thinking about how they fumbled the ball with an earth angel. They will never forget it. They will lose sleep every night of their life thinking about how they messed this up with you. But their wealth, that one thing that they were so thirsty for and so greedy for, is the one thing that they will be stuck in a loop, constantly trying to find a way to get to the next level, but always cycling right back around to the same karma. And I'm seeing 2 life sentences. Okay. Well, that's my message for you all. Let me grab a channeled message from my book. This book is called Guided Light. It's full of channeled messages by myself and my spiritual team, of course. And whatever you turn to, whatever page you turn to, that's the page that you're meant to read. Also, I have 56 random messages in the back of this book. So if you have a number that keeps showing up, then of course you're guided to turn to that particular message or that particular number. So we keep seeing the number 8. I think I'm going to turn to chapter 8. What does chapter 8 say? Look at that. It's entitled Walking Away from the Narcissist. That's the title of chapter 8. We saw 888 all throughout this message. So let's see. What an incredible journey it has been. After several seasons of navigating narcissistic energy, your experiences with such individuals led to profound lessons and emotional challenges. These encounters have forced you to confront deeper wounds, highlighting the significance of letting go. You are now guided to embrace this release. I can see you may be struggling to piece together what has already been broken, understanding that the breakdown was crucial for your growth. Perhaps you lowered your defenses and allowed the narcissist back into your life, hoping to at least reconnect as acquaintances. It's possible that you were drawn in by their emotional gestures, which may have influenced your decision. Your optimism may have led you to hope that this person was genuine and that growth had occurred on their part. However, your intuition seemed to have warned you against fully embracing this connection. The energy between you both led to stagnation, hindering your growth largely because it encouraged you to overlook the spiritual signs regarding this individual. You may have perceived them as awakened and felt they shared some of your wisdom, while your intentions in wanting them back into your life stem from a sincere place, but there may have been underlying motives involved. Their main objective was to create a trauma bond that would draw you back into their life, which would ultimately lead to the stagnation of your healing while hindering your progression towards success. This experience, though deeply painful, prompted you to explore unresolved wounds that were in need of healing. You had suppressed these issues for a long time, allowing yourself to forget they were there. The presence of this person in your life brought these concerns to surface, forcing you to confront the pain you had long neglected. In that moment of vulnerability, you opened your heart to this person at the expense of your growth while avoiding the truth of this connection. Many of the illusions were rooted in a false sense of security and stability while associated with this person. This experience highlighted the importance of valuing your own healing and listening to your intuition before allowing others into your life. No aspect of your journey was wasted. Rather, it acted as a catalyst for your healing process. Instead of blaming yourself for not seeing clearly back then, choose to feel gratitude for this experience and appreciate the healing that has occurred. The positive aspect of this is that they now served their purpose in your life by bringing to surface the unhealed wounds that you were not aware of. That's it, and that's all. Get this book, y'all. That's my message. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to y'all next time.